Hello from Freedomtax Accounting. We are an accounting firm here in Florida, but we can provide services to individuals and businesses in all 50 states. We are very excited to share this good news with you today. If you are an individual or a business who received PPP funds as self-employed, independent contractor, or sole proprietor, you will be able now to achieve total forgiveness of your PPP loan in a very easy way. The SBA will come out with new rules, and we wanted to make this video to discuss this with you because this is very good news for you to get your total PPP loan forgiven in a very easy way. Now, I am recording this video on June 17th, and that's important because if you have been following all the PPP news, you know this program has been constantly changing. So it is important that you keep current with all the changes. So subscribe to our YouTube channel because for every change and any new rule, we will update videos so that you keep current in all the PPP loan rules. Okay. Now, the good news is that the SBA will publish a new interim final rule on June 19th. Now, today is the 17th, but this will get published on the 19th. And this new final interim rule will detail further guidance and new rules towards the PPP program, including the new rules for forgiveness. Now, where did we find out? Basically, if you go to the Federal Register website, the US Federal Register, here they have an unpublished document, but it says that this document is scheduled to be published on June 19th. When you go into the document, this is what you see. This is a final interim rule towards the Paycheck Protection Program. So this will be, if you see the top, it says this document is scheduled to be published in the Federal Register on June 19th. So this document specifies further guidance and new rules towards the PPP program. Now, I am going to provide a link to this document in the description of this video so you can read it for yourself. Okay. Now, when you go into the document, it gives you several rules, and I am going to make another video to discuss in detail all those rules, but for this video, we are going to concentrate on self-employed PPP forgiveness. So there is a paragraph in this new rule that says the following: forgiveness of owner compensation replacement for individuals with self-employment income who file a Schedule C or F to either 8 weeks worth of 2019 net profit for an 8-week period, or, this is the good news, or 2.5 months worth of 2019 net profit for a 24-week covered period per owner in total across all business. What does this mean? Let's go to the presentation where I am visual, I like to see things. This is the old formula for PPP forgiveness if you were self-employed. And it's basically telling you that now you have a choice. You can either choose to have PPP forgiveness for 8 weeks or for 24 weeks. Now, if you choose the 8-week covered period for PPP, this is how you calculate your forgiveness. You need to take your net profit of your Schedule C. Now, where do you find that? If you go to your Schedule C in your 2019 tax return, line 31 of your Schedule C, the number that is here, this is your 2019 net profit. So for this example, let's say that on line 31, there's $60,000 net profit. You the formula for your PPP loan is the net profit divided by 12 times 2.5. So this would be your PPP loan amount. In the old, not the old, if you choose to have only 8 weeks worth of forgiveness in PPP, then the owner compensation amount is going to be your net profit divided by 52 times 8. And you get this number. This is 8 weeks worth of owner compensation. That leaves you with $3,269 that are still not forgiven. And this amount you have to use for rent, utilities, and mortgage interest. The problem was that a lot of self-employed did not have these expenses. So most probably this balance would not be able to be forgiven. But now here is the good news. Here is the new PPP forgiveness rule. Now, in order to use this formula, you have to choose your 24-week covered period for PPP. So if you're self-employed, independent contractor, sole proprietor who received a PPP loan, when you apply for forgiveness, choose to get that 24-week period because now there's a new formula to calculate owner compensation. So once again, what is the PPP loan amount? Line 31, Schedule C, in this example, let's say $60,000, divide by 12 times 2.5. This is your PPP loan amount. But this is the new formula for PPP owner compensation forgiveness. It's the exact same formula. So now the PPP loan amount, you subtract what's going to be automatically forgiven for owner compensation. So there's zero balance. So there's total forgiveness. So this is very good news for self-employed individuals. Now, you do have to confirm that you received the correct PPP loan amount. Why? We have been providing many consultations in the last couple of weeks to a lot of people who got the PPP loan as self-employed, and we can say that more than 50% of the people we have talked to, the bank made mistakes in the way they calculated the loan amount, and people got a lot more PPP loan amount than they are eligible for. So please confirm that you got the correct PPP loan amount. Remember, this is the formula that you have to use to confirm your PPP loan amount. Once again, you go to your 2019 tax return on your Schedule C. You go to line 31, this number right here. Okay, you take that number, line 31 of 2019 Schedule C, you divide by 12, you multiply by 2.5, and that is your correct PPP loan amount. When you apply for forgiveness, if you choose the 24-week period, total forgiveness automatically. So this is very, very good news. Now, confirm the PPP loan amount, and if you received a higher amount than you should have, then know that whatever you got above the eligible amount, there's two options. The bank may say that you have to return the extra funds, you have to give it back, or those extra funds will become a loan that will not apply for forgiveness. Now, you also have to keep into account that if you got the idle grant, remember that we have a lot of clients who applied for PPP as self-employed, they got the PPP loan, but they also applied for the EIDL loan and the EIDL grant. Remember that if you got the EIDL grant and if you're self-employed, most of you received $1,000. This $1,000 will affect your PPP forgiveness. So if you're a self-employed who got PPP and also got the $1,000 grant, then $1,000 of your PPP loan will not be forgiven. So note that, okay? Now, if you haven't applied for the EIDL loan, good news is that this week it is open again. And if you're self-employed, independent contractor, sole proprietor, you can apply for the EIDL loan. The EIDL loan, you apply in the SBA website. This is the link. If you don't know about the EIDL loan, it's a SBA business loan. It's a 30-year, 3.75% interest. It's a very simple application process. This is the link to the application. I am going to provide a link in the description. Also, we already made another video on how to fill out the EIDL loan application. So if you haven't done it, you can see that video before you apply for yourself, so you can know how to fill out the application. Or if you need help, we do provide a service to fill out the application for you. Now, if you are self-employed and you haven't applied for EIDL, we recommend that you do not choose to get the EIDL grant. When you are applying for the EIDL loan, they give you the option of getting the EIDL grant. With this new rules for total forgiveness, I would recommend self-employed individuals not to get the EIDL grant because that will affect your PPP forgiveness. Okay? Now, there is other help available. You have the PPP, you have the EIDL, but you also have financial help through your local county. The SBA did provide further funds to the county to distribute to businesses and individuals. You basically have to do a Google search with your county name, your state name, and then add CARES Act grant at the end. An example would be, in our case, it'll be Orange County, Florida, CARES Act grant. Do this with your county, with your state, so you can find out if your county is providing grants or further financial help for your business. Okay. Now remember that even though with this new 24-week total forgiveness for the PPP for self-employed, at the end of the 24 weeks, you still have to apply for forgiveness with your lender. Okay. A new forgiveness application form should come out. It is not available yet, but once the new application form does come out, we will do a video on it so you have the details. Now, after the 24 weeks, you have 10 months to apply for forgiveness. If you do not apply for forgiveness after those 12 months, after the 10 months, all the PPP loan will become a loan and you will not receive forgiveness. Okay. Once you submit the forgiveness application form to your lender, the lender still has 60 days to determine your forgiveness amount. Okay. Now, if any amount of the PPP loan is not forgiven, especially for those of you that received a lot more PPP funds than you should have, there's a very big probability that that excess amount of funds will be coming to a loan. Remember, it is now a 5-year loan at 1% interest. But remember that if you receive the PPP funds before June 5th, legally you are still a 2-year loan. For PPP loans that are made after June 5th, those are 5-year loans. But you can talk to your bank and talk to your lender to change your 2-year loan into a 5-year loan. Okay. And this is just for the funds that are not forgiven. Okay. And you can always give that excess amount back if you don't want this to convert into a loan. Now, I hope this video has been of value. This is very good news for PPP loans that are for self-employed and independent contractors. Choose the 24-week period that will be 100% forgiveness of your loan. God bless you. Know that we are praying for you, that we are praying for your family, we are praying for your business. Read Psalm 91, the Bible. Very good promises for the people of God. Okay, if you want to contact us, this is our contact information. If you need any help with PPP loans, idle loans, accounting, especially for forgiveness, you will have to provide financials, and we are providing those services to our clients. Okay, if you don't know us, we are part of Freedom Group. We are a group of 4 companies with more than 20 years of experience, where we have the tax accounting firm, immigration law firm, real estate company, and insurance and financial planning business. We have more than 20 years of experience. If you want to contact us, this is our contact information. Once again, subscribe to our channel so you get the latest information. Like this video so many other people get this information and get their total PPP forgiven. That's very good news. Once again, thank you and God bless.